Hi, and welcome to Eleni Does Audio Stuff. I'm gonna go through everything there is to know about audio recording in Ableton Live, which includes all the preferences, all the settings, all the signal flow, where does it come from, where does it go, different recording modes. Also, I'm gonna give you an answer to the question that everybody is asking. How do you do multiple audio recording takes so that you can also comp them, which means that you edit them all together to one take? So let's just get into it now. Ooh, new light. Ring. So before you start recording, you need to make sure that all your preferences are set up so that you are ready to record good quality audio. First, we're going to go to audio and we're going to look at this area here first. So we have audio device and driver type. So if you do have a driver, depends on a computer, you need to select it from here first. So that you can record anything, this input device needs to be selected. So audio input is where the sound goes in. So this microphone going into the interface, and the audio output is where does it come out. Example, right now I'm recording with a thing called screen flick. So I have selected that so you can hear what happens in the session. If you have a lot of different type of channels, what you can do is go to input configurations or output configurations. So let's say that I would have more than 2 inputs in my interface. They would all show in here. I could just deactivate and activate them from here. If you have outputs, you can do the same thing here. That reflection irritates me on there. Oh, that's so much better. You can see my eyes. So sample rate means is how many times in a second is the signal being sampled. So 44/100 is the CD audio standard. If you're in doubt, use it in 44/100. Otherwise, where would you use 48? 96. Produces a cleaner output for like higher frequencies. So this is good for film, multimedia, art, whatever, these kind of produce things. So if you are in that area, you might need to actually use higher sample rate. Then we have latency. Many of you might have problems with latency when you're recording. So it is to do with the buffer size. When we are producing, mixing, adding a lot of effect, your computer needs a lot of processing power to process all the information that is happening. Therefore, when we are mixing or adding a lot of effect, the buffer size should be as high as possible so that your computer has as much as processing power as possible. When we are recording, it needs to be the lowest that your computer can handle. And this is to do with the CPU, which means central processing unit, which means that your computer will need to process everything much faster, but there will be a smaller latency between your microphone and the computer. Next thing we need to do is go to record, warp, and launch. So there, especially this first bit here is record, file type, WAV and AV. So they both use actually similar encoding. So basically WAV and AV is that WAV originally was for PC and AV was a Mac thing. So there is not like massive differences. Bit depth is number of bits of info in a sample, how much info there are. So then we have start playback with record is that as soon as you press record from here, that recording button, arrangement recording button, it starts like recording and the playback's like straight away. Otherwise, everything seems perfection. So we are now moving to the section number 2, which is I/O settings. If you do not see them where they are, so they usually appear on the tracks here. If you do not see them, you need to go to the right lower corner and there's this tiny little ball that says I/O. I/O. You go there and you see now this amazing screen that just appeared. So what do we see in there? We do see input, input monitoring and output. Okay, so input is where you select where does the sound come from. So example, right now I have an external in, so that means it's the this input that I have selected here. So Scarlett 202. I have 2 channels. So I have 1 channel, 2nd channel. So I am in the channel 1 now. You see that it's green thing pop in there. Because what I want to show you next is the input monitors. So in means that when you have in on, it turns blue, and it means that anything that happens in this channel will be real-time feeded to your monitors. Is it in headphones? Is it speakers? Whatever. You got it? So then we have auto, and auto input monitoring means it will only be active, example, when I record or when the recording arm button is activated. So example, now you cannot hear anything, but if I put the one, now you can monitor from there. And off is that you cannot, so example, if I have the record arm button on, you cannot hear anything, so you're not monitoring of the signal that is coming in, but you still see that the signal is happening there. Also, in this video, I'm not gonna tell you how to create a headphone mix. If you are interested to find out how to do that, then please go watch my other tutorials about that. So I've created one where I go through everything there is to know about the cue, which you can create headphones mix with, and then all about returns and sends, which you also can use as a part of creating headphone mix. So all the links for these tutorials down below. Okay, let's get into recording. So I'm just gonna put it off input monitoring. I have external in, there we go. I have selected where does the sound come from this microphone, which is channel 1. I have record arm, the track, because without that, you cannot record anything. Then after that, I'm gonna select where would I want to start recording. So let's go here, bar 33. Then after this, I want to make sure that I have select and count in. So I have 1 bar count in. I have, as a sound of the click, I have wood. There we go. And you can select the rhythm of the click, of course, and enable only when recording. You can select it to be enabled only when you're recording. So that's possible, especially when we are going to do punch in recording just in a minute. And we are ready to record. So I'm going to go to this recording button here, which is the arrangement view recording button. I'm going to press here. I am recording. I am recording to the arrangement view. And beautifully, we have a clip here that is called For Audio 2. And we have recorded audio. How can we use recording techniques called loop recording, punch-in recording, and quick punch recording? So first, loop recording. Would you like to do the same take couple times in your session? If you just want to kind of try it out and try different melody bits and you're not sure what to do, so then you can loop record. So you're going to take the bar from the top bar there, and we're going to select an area. Then we're going to activate the loop button there and start recording. I am recording. I am recording. Oh, another take. I am recording. I am. Okay, I just stopped it just before the ending. So example, if I would like to use the first recording, it's still there, but then the second recording is also there. So I can just extend the sample from the top like that. Next thing is gonna look punch in recording. I'm gonna deactivate the loop from the top. I'm gonna take this brackets, and I'm gonna want to example. I was very happy with this part of the singing and very happy with this part of the singing, but these 2 parts here, I was not that happy. So what I can do is actually only record that part which is going to be so easy if you're an instrumentalist or something. You can just record a certain part inside of what you already recorded. So we need to activate this punch in, and punch out. Like that. I'm going to want to hear it from the beginning, but it only records this part, and then I can hear the ending. So let's press record again. I am recording. Now it's recording. And record. Then there is a thing called quick punch. How do we do this? Well, we need to actually go key mapping here. We're going to be doing a bit of key mapping today anyhow. We're going to go key mapping there. And then I'm going to key map this button, the recording button, to R on my keyboard. R. So now you can see that it's mapped to R. And let's just take off the key mapping mode. Okay, so I'm going to show you it just without any recording there before. Now, instead of pressing record straight away, I press space, record, 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 record. There we go. So as you can see, now it just recorded when I press the R. So we're going to now go to the session view and we're going to look at recording in this view. So when we record activate an audio track from here, you can see that now these clips here, there's balls instead of squares. Go to one of these empty clips and then you just click one of the balls there and it starts recording. Count in and recording, and you can see it here. There's recording the clip more and more and more and more. There we go. And when I stop it, I can stop it with space key, or I can just stop it with the stop button on the top. So, but what if you would like to create multiple takes in Ableton Live? Very easy and fast way. So let's say we have a production over here. We have a lot of instruments, but right now, example, we have a one track on. So we need to record in session view, but actually listen to the track in arrangement view. And this is how you can do it. So when we go to key mapping or MIDI mapping, there's actually buttons appearing that they were never there before. So we can actually now use those buttons that appeared to create very fast flowing retake thing. These are also good for live performance, by the way, but we're not going to look at that now. So we're first going to map this new button that actually says new that appeared here. So example, it's not there, it's there. It's not there, it's there. This button here allows us to go to the next new clip. So we're going to add dot mark on that. And then I go to this button here that is the track launch. So it will launch the selected clip. And what happens when you launch it? Well, it starts record to it. So we can now map this button to example, the period. Period? Is that the word? I don't know. By the way, these buttons has appeared here, which allow you to select the next scene up and next scene down, as well as the play that scene. So what we do next is go off key mode, and then let's try this out. I'm just gonna press the period. It starts recording. We create our vocal take. Okay, I'm done with that. I want a new take. I press the dot, again space if I want the background music to start from the beginning. Otherwise I can just let that run. And then I press period again. New take. We can stop that again. Stop the whole thing and do that as many times as we want. Stop it, and there we go. So we have now 3 takes that we have created very fast. So I'm going to select them all. So I hold down shift, select the first one, select the last one, release shift, Now, instead of copy pasting or anything, I'm just gonna hold them and drag and drop and go to this arrangement view mark there. And now I can just drag them to the track where we recorded them to, activate the arrangement view from the button on the top right, the funny red button. And now you can see I have take number 1, take number 2, take number 3. So now I can just drag and drop that there, drag and drop that to new channels. So new tracks. So when I dragged and drop it down, it created a new channel. Firstly, if you highlight an area on Ableton Live, and then you press on your computer keyboard, arrows left or right, you can actually move the placement of the track like that. Otherwise, you can just hold down Alt and just drag and drop it to the first track like that. And what will actually help even more is that if you want to color code them first, so we know which track and which take is going to be in which position on the top. So I could, example, create a new audio track, and I just want to collect now a good amount of takes from different areas like that. So this is called comping, like that. And I can just hold down Alt and drag and drop. And now I have one good take that I like on the top here. So this is how you can do comping and kind of playlist recording very fast in Ableton Live. And final last thing I would just want to show you is where you can find all the recorded files. So when you go and find the project, you double click from there, you see samples and then recorded, and ta-da, that is where all the recorded samples go. Everything that you have recorded in this session will go here. Hope you found this useful and you enjoyed it. Hey, thank you so much for watching. And hey, let's get into the weekly question. So this question comes from Eboshi-san. Hi, I want to know how to map my macros in a better way. I mean, I use push and I have 8 macros. I wish I could discover how to assign more than one effect to each knob. You can do this in Audio Effect Rack. So hey, I'm just gonna show it here. Well, hey, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, please hit the bell icon, and also comment below any questions you have, because I will pick one and answer it in the end of next Sunday's video. Okay, I'll see you here soon, because a lot of cool stuff coming up soon. Okay, see you later. Bye.